factory in Sumet in UP, Buildhand. And we wanted, like I said, 50% women at blue collar. But the law in UP was that after 7 in the evening, we could not employ women. So we went to the chief minister, Yogi Adityanath ji, and explained to him that we would like 50% of the blue collar people in the factory to be women. But this law is holding us back. So he set up Factory Bakul. So we told him we are opening the factory in May, June of 2022. He said, "हम बदल देंगे कानून और उन्होंने कानून बदल दिया." So it is not that the change is not happening, but coming back to your question, the female participation in work is in 20s. And again, there is a social issue, question about inequality, inequity, but we are losing seriously when it comes to economic growth.
Yes.
And if we were able to double this from 20-odd% to maybe 40-odd%, this will have a significant impact on India's GDP growth per annum. And I believe that the delta growth that we are looking at from the historical growth of 6.5% that the country has delivered in the last 3 decades to 7.7% what has been built into, a large chunk of that delta growth will just come from increasing women's participation. So there is an economic angle, just like I explained, there is a business angle. And very importantly, the change has to start at every level. The women have to get more of self-belief. The onus is on men to ensure that we create an enabling environment where women can blossom, and that will contribute not only to the household income, but they will contribute significantly to the progress of the country.
And I will get Prabha and you both to comment on this. Since we're talking a lot about changing mindsets and addressing stereotypes as well, through the brands that both of you put out there in the market, and the communication that goes along with that, a lot of the stereotyping is changing, right? Share the load to start with. But what about Vim Black?
Yeah, the entire Vim story started when Prabha was heading our home care. So while the Vim spoof black ad came recently, let me give Prabha the chance to explain what Vim is all about. Isn't it fabulous? A competitor explaining my brand. Why is such a great
This is a milestone moment. Prabha, go ahead.
I think the genesis of the idea actually came about during COVID because we had a conversation about how women talking to us saying it's fantastic that my husband and my children are at home and I love them to bits, but I am finding myself cooking many more meals and washing many more dishes. And that was something that came throughout. And actually, then when the question was asked that you have your husband at home, do they not contribute to the washing of dishes since they're now at home? The answer was usually not. And if I have to get him to wash the dishes, I have to hear for half an hour how utterly fantastic he has been to wash those dishes. And that was really where the genesis of the idea came, that if you're going to brag, do it properly. Here's Vim Black for you to help you brag about how wonderfully you can wash dishes.
But as long as it gets the job done, I'm completely on your side, Prabha, as long as it gets the job done. But I want to throw this over to the audience as well for questions here for our panel. But let me get each one of you to talk about the worst kind of stereotyping that you've experienced. And Dr. Murwari, I'll start by asking you. You said, ICICI Bank was an island, and you didn't really have much in terms of discrimination and so on and so forth. But, what's been the sort of the oddest, most bizarre question that keeps coming your way, perhaps even today?
Again, I'm going to hugely disappoint you, Shireen, and the audience now. In my 46-year corporate career, not once have I been made to feel that you're not up to it because you're a woman or because you treat me special. Sorry.
No, I'm happy to hear that. I'm very happy to hear that. Soma?
Same here, I'm again to disappoint you. I have not listened to a single comment like that. In fact, when I moved from NATCO to SAIL, a woman came from a fairly smaller company to a more complex company like SAIL, and I was
colleagues would take me, like accept me as a leader or even as a colleague. And believe me, Shereen, there was absolutely no problem. There was absolutely, I think if I would have been a man or a woman, it really wouldn't matter. It is how you dealt with people, it's your, it's the way you deal with others is what ultimately you get back.
Well, I can tell you, I'm not disappointed at all. I'm elated to hear your responses. No disappointment whatsoever, Nana.
Well, similarly, I can't think of a case of discrimination, but I can certainly remember that there were times that without being discriminated against, I made sure I reminded my bosses that I was around. And I think maybe women don't push enough on that. And I have been at a table where men sitting with me decided or to try to decide that no, I don't think we should offer her the job because she won't take it, because she won't move. And my response always is it's not for you to decide if she will move or not. She is the deserving candidate. We offer her the job. Let her tell us she won't move. And lo and behold, she moves with her husband. So the stereotyping that can happen in men's minds is what worries me.
Absolutely.
Confess, even I don't have an example, so I think we're fortunate to work in the right place, in the right environment.
No, and I think, you know, while this is good news here, but this is also an acknowledgement of the fact that this is an island. This is an island of privilege, and unfortunately, it's not the story that repeats itself for a large majority of women across the country. I'm going to take a couple of questions here. You can raise your hands, but it has to be a question, and I will give the gentleman the first go, and then I'll come to the women. If we can get a microphone across to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Shireen, exciting. Let me just share with you, Sanjeev. We as a company have 50% board between female and male. Okay? And that's a good start for a startup. And coming back from banking, I'm an international banker, Canada Bank's international division. My observation as a young man in banking was 65% of the staff are women. Now, the challenge and the question. As an entrepreneur, I really want to see, I'm as excited about having women in the team, you know. I wish it was more than 50, but humankind is not 50% women. So everything goes roots for them, I look for them. And I'm looking, but there are spaces, and how do I handle it? That's the question. There are spaces like sales. Tough. Even I'm from Mumbai. I wouldn't find the problem in Mumbai, but in Delhi I find the problem. How do you get women in sales or positions like that? That's a challenge. As an entrepreneur, how would I ask for 5 great ladies the solution to this problem? How do we encourage people in recruitment? I've asked placement agencies, why can't they give me equal representation of the candidates you send me for interviews? Why are they 99% men? How do we handle such a situation? I've just given an example in sales, but it could be in any area.
Sanjeev Mehta, you want to take a stab at that?
You know, the best way would be that, again, I will bring it back to Prabha here. Prabha is a marketeer, right? And she has led 2 big branches, North India and South India. Yeah. The turnover in these 2 branches would be running into 30,000 crores. And Prabha, just give an idea what enticed you to move to sales and how you did a great job in sales.
I'm absolutely loving this, by the way. This. Yes, absolutely. Go ahead, Prabha.
Yeah, I think, thank you, Sanjeev. I'm now struggling a little bit. I think the job itself just super exciting, and as we've all been discussing, that if you throw women or you throw anybody a challenge that seems exciting, they are going to accept it. It's not about gender that women are going to shy away from it. We potentially maybe don't give women the challenge often enough, and if one is lucky enough to have these challenges thrown, then we'll surely take them. But to your question, I think the second thing that I'd love to add is that if you start having a cohort of women, one woman, it's really quite hard. You start having a cohort of them, and I think that was mentioned as well by Nana, it starts making life a lot easier. So if you are looking to recruit in a place, maybe in Mumbai, and you look to get 3, 4, 5 of them, it does become easier, and we have seen examples of that working better than trying to get one woman across, 10 locations.
Thank you very much, Prabha. Yes, ma'am, you had a question. Go ahead. I'll come to you in just a second. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm Uma Reddy. I run a SME. I manufacture electronic components in Bangalore. I come wearing a woman entrepreneur hat, and it was really nice to hear, kind of share similar notes. All of us struggle in the same manner. But as corporate, do you also look at supplier diversity? You're talking about diversity at the workplace, and we do it at the SME level. We try to employ more women. But would also like to understand if there is a thought process in supplier diversity also. From any of the panelists. Thank you.
Actually, you would know that the government, not that since I say it's a government sector, the government does have a policy for MSMEs, where 50% is for the MSEs, but 4% has to be from 25 total has to be from women. So women entrepreneurs, we find it problem to get women entrepreneurs. So I think somewhere you would be able to, because we feel that most of the CPSEs are failing at achieving that target. Achieving the target of MSEs is not difficult. So here the government has supported policies.
Thank you, ma'am. We do have an organization by the name of Ubuntu Consortium where we're trying to get all the women entrepreneurs across India onto one platform. So we'd be happy to share with you also.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Yes, if you could give the microphone, ma'am, you can stand up. There's a mic right behind you. Right behind you.
A short question to all the panelists. I'd like to hear from all the panelists. What is your opinion about reservation for women? Is that the right solution? Is that a private solution?
Reservation. Then I can start.
I can take that, and I think Kalpana alluded to the reservation on boards, and I'm, of the view that I don't like reservation, and women don't like reservation because they want it to be known that they made it on merit, not because there was a reservation. However, given what slow progress, pathetic progress we were making on the board issue, the progress that has happened from where we were to now the 18-19% on boards has only happened because of the reservation at board level. So I think this needs to come, but it comes at a point of time and it needs to go away, because as organizations then we need to compete where, hey, by the way, I have 2 and I have 3, and foreign investors are going to insist on this. We are seeing some of the best managed companies in the country now. You heard Levers now has 2 women on the board, maybe hopefully aspiring to 3. Most of the boards I join on condition that we should see at least 30% women on board. And I don't have to fight for it. So the fact is that well-listed companies that understand the significance of gender diversity, because it makes good business sense, are already have embraced this idea. And it's absolute nonsense when people say, where are the women? Because for every woman who becomes a board member for the first time, there was also a guy who became a board member for the first time. So why are we only looking for women that have board experience?
Yes, Adnan.
I think the one area where we really need reservation is in the legislature and the parliament. Because there the door is shut. And the only way you can bang that door open is by insisting on this.
No, but I think, the other aspect, and that is often brought into the conversation around reservation on boards as well, is that does it merely then become a tick box? Is it really, again, which is the apprehension even with reservation to Parliament, is that does it open up the club only for family and friends, or is it really in the spirit of larger inclusion? And I think that's a concern that has been raised.
Shouldn't accept that I would be in favor of reservation for Parliament, because we did it at Panchayat and we have seen how the guys put their wives up. But studies have shown, and I think Noor Hessan Abhijit, who won the Nobel Prize now, has pointed this out, that by the 3rd time, the woman is standing there in her own capacity. So it is about change. And there may be this dressing up initially, but it achieves what it set out to achieve in the long run.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Thank you for giving me that freshness, because I went through all that as a French in the 70s. I was recruited by a group, L'Art Groupe Schlumberger, who told me, when I asked what am I going to do, they said first is 2 years of training like everyone, and second, you will tell us how you want to see your job, because normally we don't recruit women. I hope everyone will do that for a woman, etc. So instead, then I'm an entrepreneur there. I put in place 2 factories in Gujarat as a woman. So everything is possible. And with who? With the support of men, of course. So the other thing we did instead of reservation in France, and in the company I started with in 70, it was to make sure that I will train women to be able to take the job, to take even my place. I was training people to the one who's going to replace me. 2 questions about India. So I wish you will, and you will do it, because we have done it.
Right.
It's true that we had toilets and all traveling to Gujarat without toilets. I mean, it's a bit difficult for a French, when I was managing. Now, yes, 2 questions I have, because here I did the same. When I start my business, I recruited a woman, and 2 problems I face. First, one that I have handled well. Yes, sending a woman for traveling when you know that it's secure nowhere. And in a different way in India than in France and so on. And for me, a woman after 6 o'clock it's dark, she needs to be driven by somebody that's secure. She needs. No. I did that for a girl. I remember really, I even gave her French class and so on. I thought she would be a manager one day. But the family, when I start taking her for traveling with me, protected in a guest house and so on, family decided to marry her. And really for me the tragedy, because they really organized saying, no, we don't want you to go to business. So see also that part, how we train the parents, that a woman can have a job and okay. That is one part. And the training by a woman or by men, each time in a job, a manager should train the one who's going to replace him or her.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I think you raise a very valid point. I don't know how much more we can contribute to that, but that's part of the mindset change that everyone's been talking about. Yes, sir. If you could just stand up there and take the microphone. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Shireen. Welcome to Delhi. 20 years back relationship from Ilikrama, if you remember. Libi Tiwari. First, I congratulate all the 5 diamonds here, and my humble request to all of them is that don't you think with the path that you've learned over a point of time in these performances in the corporate area, why don't you give a little bit of this, to the women on the end of the country? Like if you recollect, 61, 62, the Chipko Andolan started from today's Uttarakhand. So you can imagine that how evolved are the women, above the Bundara Chakra. So if all these diamonds contributed, 1/3 of their potential, we won't have this Dhoklam and Tamang and whatever else you get out of the box. That was one suggestion. And second one was that since by nature a woman is a responsible human being, unlike an alpha male, and since you have cut all the borders, and all the glass ceilings, I think personally it is necessary that all of you and others like you should join into a digital platform, and help the rural end, because that's the only end. If you remember in CCP virus game in FY19, we get 3.8% of GDP. That is my humble submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm sure the panel has taken those suggestions on board. I'll give a final question to the lady there in the sari.
Thank you so much. It was a real wonderful session. I'm heading Amity Institute of International Studies. I'm an educationist. Here, one point I just wanted to bring to your knowledge is I've also worked on women empowerment. I've worked in rural areas. The problem that we see here in urban area, it's still better compared to the rural area. Though you were mentioning about the panchayat and the things. Yes, the ladies are